Let's recap Week 13 of NFL Sunday Football. In the upset of the week, the Panthers beat the Super Bowl favorites in the Rams. Bryce Young had himself a huge bounce-back day, throwing for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. While Matthew Stafford had his worst game of the season, committing 3 turnovers against the Panthers defense. And Puka Nacua during this game made one of the sickest one-handed catches this week. The Texans went to Indianapolis to beat the Colts. The Texans were able to control the game clock in this game, keeping their offense on the field. But the Colts had a chance to take the lead on the final drive, but the defense once again for the Texans came up big and helped them secure the win. The Buccaneers beat the Cardinals in a close game. The Cardinals offense didn't start clicking until late into the game, but by then the Buccaneers already had too big of a lead thanks to a Tristan Wirfs touchdown and a Bucky Irvin touchdown. The 49ers dominated the Browns in Shedeur Sanders' home debut. Brock Purdy had a bounce-back day, passing and rushing for a touchdown, and the Browns offense couldn't get much going other than when Shedeur Sanders threw a touchdown to Harold Fannin Jr. The Dolphins beat the Saints to continue on their 3-game win streak. It was a crazy ending as Tyler Shough threw a touchdown to Vele, and Shough threw a pick to Minkah Fitzpatrick, who returned it for 2 points. Saints then recovered the onside kick, but then the Dolphins defense got a huge stop on 4th and 1 to secure the win. The Jaguars destroyed their division rivals and the Titans. Jacoby Myers had his best game as a Jaguar since being traded there, going for 90 yards and a touchdown, while the Tennessee Titans still look like the worst team in football. The Jets came back to beat the Falcons for their 3rd win of the season. Bijan Robinson went crazy, rushing for 142 yards and a touchdown, and Adonai Mitchell had his best game as a Jet since being traded, going for 102 yards and a touchdown. Nick Folk was the hero in this one as he nailed a 56-yard field goal for the Jets win. The Seahawks defense shut out the Vikings. The Vikings may have found a worse quarterback than 9, and it's Max Brosmer, who threw 4 interceptions in this game, including what I thought was one of the worst throws I've ever seen. The Vikings have the worst quarterback room in the league. Bills beat up on the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Game was close in the first half, but then when the second half came, it was all Bills. The Steelers offense looked abysmal in this one. Their team is terrible. Chargers dominated their rivals in the Raiders. Justin Herbert threw a pair of touchdowns despite dealing with a fracture in his left hand. Their rookie running back Vidal also had a huge day, rushing for 126 yards and a touchdown. And on Sunday Night Football, the Broncos beat the Commanders in an overtime thriller. During the game, Treylon Burks made one of the sickest one-handed catches you'll ever see this season. Commanders were able to force this game in overtime with a Jake Moody field goal. The Broncos got the ball first and were able to score a touchdown with RJ Harvey. Terry McLaurin then scored for the Commanders, but it was called back by a holding call. Then a couple of plays later, Terry McLaurin was able to score on a 4th and goal, which led to a 2-point conversion for the Commanders to win the game, but Nick Bonito batted down Marcus Mariota's pass to win the game for the Broncos.